warm welcome to the Wellbeing L&D Taster. Now, very quickly, hello from our team. If you haven't met us yet, I'm Ola Potrykus-Majewska, and with me it's also Bilge. We are the two co-founders of WeWent. And WeWent is really focused on creating that connection between the external world of talents that are speakers, facilitators, business coaches, trainers, focused on soft skills, and we gonna create that bridge of connecting you to the L&D world, the leaders, the HR people that might be looking into bringing this external expertise in, but also they are looking for support in making digital transformation, cultural transformation. Those are the things we really support our partners in. And we are really, really excited to challenge a bit the way this industry works, to create a lot of connections, to create opportunities to connect on a leveled ground. And this is the first time we'll be doing this with you together. So thanks for joining us. And if you have time at the end of the session, if you have time to spare to give us feedback on how this experience was for you, we would really appreciate it. As I said, it's the first one. We have 2 more coming, and we want to really get better at this. So now a little bit about the flow of this new format. We'll try to close by 10 past the welcome and the introductions. And then we will move into the introduction pitches by our 4 experts. Today we have 4 speakers, trainers, facilitators who will talk about their work. And the ask for them is to really talk about the impact they are creating for their current clients. So how they are making an impact on culture, on business, and they will give you some experience and examples about that in a second. And that hopefully will allow you to then make a choice. You have an opportunity today to join 2 out of 4 L&D tasters, and the 2 rounds will last for 25 minutes. We'll of course communicate to you when we are starting round number 1 of the L&D tasters. They will last for 25 minutes. Then we will bring you back to the main room. And the good news is that you are in control. So you're in the driver's seat of who do you want to visit. You choose your breakout room. The breakout rooms will be named with the name of the expert. So hopefully that will allow you to really know where to join. And then the second round will end at 5:25. And then the last 5 minutes we'll spend on feedback and close. So that's the plan for today. And I want to give a big shout out to our amazing experts that are with us and that really have worked hard to prepare for this new format. Alessandra Patti, who will talk about mental well-being and communication and how they link together. We will have Aurelie Litynski, who talks about how to boost happiness at work. Hulya Kurt, who will talk about leading through difficult times. And last but not least, Wouter Smeets, who will talk about experimenting towards work-life harmony and prototyping you. Thanks to all of you for being here. I cannot wait to also hear your pitches and to get started with this new format. I'm going to check quickly with my team whether there are any questions on the chat or whether we are ready to start. We are timing this session to really make sure we don't take more than 90 minutes of your time today. I'm going to use my phone to time the pitches of our experts. And whenever you're ready, Alessandra, you'll be the first one to go ahead with your introduction and pitch.
Thank you very much, Ola, and hi and good afternoon, everybody. I'm just going to share my screen and then I will be soon ready. Okay, I hope you can all see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Great.
Starting the timer.
Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you all for being here today as experts in your field. My name is Alessandra. I'm originally Italian and I live in Zurich, which is the place where I founded FindYourWay Coaching. So FindYourWay Coaching is an education and coaching service provider for mental well-being at the workplace. My company approach to well-being comes from the side of prevention of mental struggle and the belief that through systematic education, research, and a holistic approach towards people health, we can impact organization culture, people way of working, and their mental well-being in a more sustainable way at all organization level. So the journey I propose is very diversified. So as you can see here, from mental health awareness sessions to burnout prevention coaching and upskilling training, such as assertive communication training, mental health first aid, to return to work best practices included. It is my strong belief that nowadays education needs to be made of innovative concept to make impact and really support people. This is why the distinctive focus of my company is to bridge mental well-being coaching with communication upskilling training in order for people to achieve more complete well-being at work. I used to be a communication manager myself, and I think that communication is always often disregarded when it comes to mental health. But communication has a huge impact on people's emotional health and how people feel, also on the topic of diversity and inclusion, and how people really feel they belong to an organization. And I want to make this happen so that in every company, mental health can be at the same level of physical health. How great would that be, right? And this is something else that I would like to share with you, that the communication techniques that I use together with my mental well-being trainings have a certain impact that I think it's important to tell you. So 87% of employees at Responsibility AG company and investment banking company reported more awareness on the importance of prevention just after 4 months of group coaching. 48% of them noticed an increase in self-confidence in their communication just after one mental health awareness session of 2 hours. And 80% of employees at Seagen Pharmaceutical voted to make it compulsory, which is quite impactful because usually people claim that they're really prevented from going to these educational trainings because of time, especially the leaders. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now because I would like then to conclude saying that I would like to invite you to the breakout room where I'm going to be today to show you how I'm going to bridge mental well-being and communication upskilling trainings by showing you how to get started with a mental health first aid conversation with a colleague. I think it's important to participate because some of us feel that we have fear of intruding when it comes to mental well-being at work. We don't know the signs of mental struggles sometimes, and sometimes we don't know what to say. So I would like that we go past this hurdle, and the communication skills that you're going to learn in the breakout rooms are going to be very multidimensional. So you're going to learn something also about how to give feedback in a conversation, how to use nonviolent communication, which is great also for communication trainings in teams, and also how to handle healthy disagreements. So I hope that all these multidimensional views can make you understand the bridge of this 2 dimension of prevention of my work. And I'm looking forward to see you there. Thank you so much for listening.
Well done, Alessandra. You went below 4 minutes. Thank you so much. And we will pass it on to our next expert, Aurelie. Aurelie, over to you.
Great, thank you. So first, I have a question for you. Are you taking care of your happiness in your private life? We might have different ways, right? But for most of us, our happiness is one of our top priorities in life, don't you think? So I always wonder, why isn't it a priority in the workplace? And that's part of why I became a happiness at work expert. So I'm supporting teams to create a positive work environment, and we implement together a strategy where the team's happiness is really part of the team's culture. And, you know, the topic of happiness is not always seen as a serious topic in companies. Leaders prefer to speak about engagement. You might even relate. It's great, but let's be careful here. The employees' engagement is definitely important, but I still think that happiness is the basis. We see many employees engaged to do their jobs, but still not happy. And in the long term, they can have a burnout. So we see it more and more. Number of burnouts increase, the stress level in Switzerland increase, the mental health is a huge topic at the moment. And that's why it's even more important now to create a positive work environment, because the employees need it more than ever. So we know that being happy at work has great impacts for you, for the team, for the whole company. It's a win-win situation. Many studies will prove it. And from my experiences, there is a huge lack of awareness in companies and in teams about the topic of positivity and happiness at work. So that's why I support companies in different ways. I do a keynote speech, so I am a speaker to inspire the employees and to create aha moments. I do as well webinars to raise more awareness on this topic and start working on it. I'm facilitating as well workshops to deep dive on the topic and to start implementing. And I do as well long programs for a few months to really follow up and support the teams to achieve sustainable results. And honestly, I see the good results very often, almost every time, in different companies and in different industries. For example, I helped one of the top medical device companies in Europe increase their engagement index from 68% to 81%, their sense of belonging index from 66% to 90%, and the performance recognition index from 49% to 66%. So how did we do that? Well, I supported them to transform their team's culture and to teach leaders to lead with more positivity. We did a 9-month program. We did on top many webinars tackling different topics such as happiness at work, of course, change management, feedback culture, stress management, burnout, and so on. And other clients see as well positive results just after a webinar or a workshop. So participants get inspired and they are ready to take action right away. So in my next session, and I really want to invite you to my next session because I want to show you the 4 steps to implement a strategy of happiness at work within your team. I will give you as well some tips on how to boost your positive emotions. We'll speak about, what drives you at work, what's important for you. You will learn how to lead with more positivity. And I'm quite sure that at the end, you are going to leave with a lot of different ideas on how to take action easily to create a positive work culture. So I really hope to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Aurelie. Great work again under time. So we probably will give people a little bit of break in our 90 minutes also to have a breathe and maybe grab a glass of water before we jump into breakouts. For now, I will pass it on to Hulya for her introduction. Hulya, over to you.
Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. And yes, what is it about? It's about change. And change is inevitable. We are constantly going through change. And at corporates, we are not stopping even with change. That might be organizational, that could be managerial, that could be even workforce reductions. It could be system changes. Everything is a change for the employees. And how to manage that? Sometimes it's very difficult for leaders because they don't feel equipped enough. They don't feel they have the information enough. And it gets a bit tricky because at the end of the day, the leader is also a human person. So it's me, Hulya Kurt. I'm the founder of InnKick. And why InnKick? It's like I'm kicking in there to give you the certain innovation in your mind to actually demonstrate positive thinking, creative thinking, and then as well adopt it easily and in a sustainable way. So give you that tools and techniques where you as leaders feel great, feel that you have all the tools you need to lead your teams through any transition. I'm a business coach. I call myself business and family coach. Why I added family? Because families are also parents, parents are also employees. So they also need to feel aligned. That's why I did my adolescence coaching as well on top of that. And I lead many, many corporates in terms of supporting them, employee-wise, strategy-wise, facilitating their workshops on-site, online, or as a key speaker as well to give them inspiration, how to adopt a different mindset. And it all starts with mindset, and how to change that, it's not easy, but there are tools and techniques that can everyone adopt to make it even easier for yourself. Because let's face it, if the leader doesn't have the cup filled, how are you going to give to the employees? And it's very difficult already to bridge the gap between the executive board and what's going on the ground with your employees. So how to create that bond, how to create that open door, how to make sure that everyone is informed, communication, and also having the basic coaching skills for yourself where you are seen as an authentic and trustworthy leader at the workplace. It all starts with basic coaching skills as well. This is what we are going to explore in my breakout room. So I invite you as well kindly to drop by, swing by when you have time, because there are many great experts here on the screen and you've got only 2 tries. So you choose, and I'm available afterwards as well. So thank you so much.
Fantastic, Hulya. Thank you so much. We are doing so well on time. Well done. And last but not least, we have Wouter Smeets from Prototype U. Wouter, over to you.
Hey, thanks. And hi from The Hague. Does it mean that I have 2 minutes extra or not? No, I will keep it to the 4 minutes as well. I will keep it to the 4 minutes as well. How do I deliver my best work? Not even too long ago, there weren't too many options. You just worked in the office during office hours. Well, that's not the case anymore, because now technology allows us to work from anywhere, anytime. And with an extra push from the pandemic, remote hybrid work environments are now here to stay. The result? The line between work and private life is blurring, leading to increased work pressure and burnout. Nurturing employee engagement and social connection between employees also poses a serious challenge. Then the nature of our work has changed too. In the last century, the number of careers has changed from physically challenging, working with our hands, towards mentally exhausting, working with our minds. And all these changes and uncertainty leads to extra stress on people in the organization. And doing what we've always done to keep people healthy and productive, that will no longer work. So then, what is the best way to work in our current era? I have some good news and I've got some bad news. Let's start with the bad news. There is no one-size-fits-all solution or a magic pill. The best way depends on the type of work, the organization you work for, but also people themselves. People gain and drain their energy in different ways. Great news. You as an organization already have everything you need to improve. And which is that? It's your people. Ask them what they need. Listen to their needs and support them to help them fulfill those needs. And since there's no one-size-fits-all solution, a top-down approach will no longer work. And that's why with Prototype U, we empower employees to become director over their work experience with support from people they trust. We help them experiment towards what we call no longer work-life balance, but work-life harmony. And we do so through best practices from lean, agile, and design thinking. We run our people development programs where we've helped many organizations increase their employee engagement, their productivity, but also energy level from people. And to me, in the end, it's a very simple, clear win-win. When your people feel good, your organization performs better. An attractive organization where people sustainably deliver their great work. And I just want to finish this short talk with, you know, life is short and work makes up a really big chunk of it. Instead of work being detrimental to people's well-being, let's work together to make sure that work provides a positive contribution to people's personal vision of a life worth living. And so I invite you to join our breakout session. It's very hands-on. You get to experience our approach and you get to walk away with a practical design to get closer to your ideal work experience and have some peer accountability and support to actually make it a reality. So hope to see you there.
Well done, everybody. Thanks so much for presenting. And I have to pinch myself that we, as WeWent, get to work with so many fantastic people. And it is my pleasure to present them to you and to create that platform where you get to experience them. And what happens behind the scenes is you see them now as individuals, but we start to see them collaborating with each other and creating something really unique as well. So watch us. We are trying to really challenge the way L&D world operates with external and internal talent. We have a couple of things that we would like to share with you as next steps from this first L&D Taster. The first call to action is, if you liked any of the tasters, you please feel free to get in touch directly with our experts, and we'll show you in a second a page with contact details, and you can choose your form of contact. They have their websites linked, Calendly, LinkedIn, and so on. If you're not sure or you're keen to explore what else is there on WeWent, and maybe this is not the theme that is important for you now, first you can get in touch with us at contact@wewent.com, or you can reach out on LinkedIn to myself or Bilge. And we are also inviting you to the next rounds of our L&D Tasters. We have 2 more coming this year. 27th of October, the focus will be leadership, and 23rd of November, innovation and agility. And the registration lists are open already. We'll share all the details with you after this session. Now, I wanted to show you how you can get in touch with our experts. This is it. The websites that are QR code linked here are going to our platform, and there you can see lots of different details about our experts, including their websites, their LinkedIns, their Calendlys, and so on. So feel free to get in touch with them directly.